Yeah, I think the way to think of the role of dendritic cell and the way to think of the many functions of the dendritic cells is to liken the immune system to an orchestra. So the immune system contains many different types of cells, and these are the musicians. They're talented cells in this case, rather than people, and each of them has a talent to play one instrument or another. But in an orchestra, the musicians need a conductor and they often need a composer. And that's what the dendritic cell is. The dendritic cell is the conductor of the immune system. It orchestrates the response. It tells the immune system to begin to play or to stop. It tells them to play quickly or slowly. So the dendritic cells gather in information about infection and cancer and allergy. And they bring that information to the concert halls, which are the immune organs, where the lymphocytes or the musicians are disposed, ready to receive their marching orders to start playing the symphony. It can even expand their numbers. A very important part of the immune response is that if you start out with a few saxophonists, you end up with tens of thousands of them. And the dendritic cell controls that expansion of functionally active cells. And above all, it coordinates all these different talents, all these musicians, so that you make an effective immune response. So we like to think of the dendritic cell as the conductor of this immune orchestra, these musicians of immune cell types. This animation shows you some of the important functions of the immune system and how dendritic cells function in the immune response. Here are a group of people watching a movie. And one of the members of the audience coughs or sneezes. This liberates a lot of microorganisms from the throat into the environment. And the individuals in the audience are then exposed to these infections or microbial agents. The throat, like many other body surfaces, is covered by a layer of epithelium. But sometimes the organisms, as shown here, get through the epithelium, and then it's up to our immune cells to defend us against these microbes, which can certainly cause disease. So there are many types of immune cells here, but one of the cell types are these dendritic cells. And they have to perform several functions. The first is that they have to take up the microbe, as shown here in yellow. They partially digest it, and they display fragments of the infection or the microbe on their cell surfaces. The second thing is the dendritic cells have to leave the throat and go to the immune organs. And the reason this is important is that this brings the dendritic cell to the immune players, the musicians, that can generate a protective response and protect us from the microbe. They find the other immune cells, which are called lymphocytes, and which are needed to generate immunity. So the dendritic cell comes in, teaches the immune cells to engage in activity, and they leave the immune organ. So here are the immune cells returning to the site of infection to resist these microbes and provide our body not only with immediate resistance, but with memory the next time this infection should strike. So it's this orchestration of all these activities that is conducted by the dendritic cell to provide us from protection from these everyday onslaughts to which we're all exposed.